welcome to another video of Cars Only 663. So quick disclaimer, I'm not a car expert, I'm not a car advisor, car dealership owner, or a motoring journalist. I do not offer professional car advice, so I'm merely just pointing out my personal opinions of these cars. So now I'm going to be focusing on the top 5 cars I would not consider buying and my sincere reasons for that. So number 1 on the list is this 2019 Audi A5 Sportback. You see, this car looks good to me on the exterior overall. I love the strong creases along the hood, and the hood is a bit curvier to hint at how massive of a thing or an engine that's hidden in there. So the car looks good overall. The grille is big, which means better aerodynamics and etc. But the problem though is that the back windows in this car, they do not open all the way down, and I really do not understand why did they do that. Probably they could have a very good reason or a valid reason, but it kind of makes your rear passengers feel a little bit more caged in or entrapped. In fact, you can't even stick your head out when you're sitting at the back of this car. So it's kind of like walking into a car dealership and then the salesman is really doing his thing, telling you all about the cool features of the car, and you genuinely become impressed. But the minute you find out that the rear windows or the windows at the back do not open all the way down, that might cause you to just discard the whole idea of buying this car in the first place. So for that reason, I'm really not going to buy this car until they have that problem fixed. So that's one of the reasons why I would never buy a car such as this, because when I'm driving a car, I want my passengers, especially at the back, to sit in as comfortably as I am sitting at the front. So the next car consider buying is a Range Rover. So any Range Rover car, by the way, I would not consider buying it. Don't get me wrong, this is also still a very good and functional car. It's big, it's practical, plenty of space at the back, plenty of headroom and etc. And this car, it is known for being a status symbol. So where I come from in South Africa, if people see you stepping out of this car, it screams that I'm filthy rich, because it is believed in South Africa that anyone who can afford to buy a car like this must be really loaded. Probably you're a CEO, you're a chairman of the board, a director, businessman, or an actor in Hollywood. So this car is known to be owned by really, really rich and wealthy people. But the problem is that Range Rover overall, I think almost everyone knows this, does not have the best reliability record. So when you buy this car, there are high possibilities that it might break down one of the good days. And when it does, considering how expensive this car is, it is going to be mean to your wallet also to try to fix it or reinstate its previous condition, well-organized condition. So it's really, really expensive, and many people who drive this car have complained about things like oil leakage, engine breakdown, and etc. So this car, the Range Rover brand overall, doesn't have the best reliability record across several years up to this date. So for that reason, I'm never going to consider buying a Range Rover car purely because of its reliability record. So another car on the list is this Toyota Land Cruiser here on screen. So this car is absolutely massive, and it is functional for doing your day-to-day functions, taking kids to school, loading heavy objects at the back. There's plenty of headroom at the back, and there's plenty and enough knee room at the front, both at the back. So it's a functional car. It's a functional looking car. It sits a little bit higher. When you're sitting at the front, it gives you a commanding view of the road ahead, and it's even easy to see what is really going on around you. But the problem is though is that this car, is really, really a thirsty car. It's going to be mean to your wallet. It's going to be mean to your wallet. You can go as further as you want with this car, but as long as petrol stations are nearby. In fact, this car has been rated 2 out of 10 when it comes to fuel consumption or fuel efficiency and etc. So this car, really, really a thirsty car, and it will cripple you on your pocket if your pockets are not stable or filled enough, in other words. So another car that I would not consider buying is this Mercedes-Benz CLA. So this car is absolutely beautiful. Looking at the front, the grille is fairly larger. I love the shape of the grille. I love the Mercedes-Benz emblem embedded into the grille also. Kind of makes this car stand out from the rest of the other cars out there. So it looks absolutely cool and incredible, and this is a modern generation car. It's a modern car that just came out just a few years ago, 1 or 2 years ago. But the problem is that this car is not practical at the back, so that sloping roofline does kind of consume plenty of headroom at the back, and there isn't enough knee room and leg room at the back also, according to me. By the way, these are my personal opinions and perspectives of this car. So this car, it is really, really not practical. And even at the back seats, the way in which they are situated low, they do not give you enough under thigh support, so you end up sitting in a weird stress position in some sense. So this car is really, really not practical for me. It's really, really not practical. So if you like the overall design of this car, you love how it looks, but you do not like the practicality of it, or you are disappointed by its practicality, and if you need something a little bit more practical but looks almost like this car, please consider looking at the Mercedes-Benz A-Class hatchback. So that might be a car worth looking into if you're looking for a bit more practicality. So another car that I would never consider buying is this Hyundai i10 here. The reason for me is just short and simple. I do not love the general shape of this car, the overall shape of this car. It's too small, and it's not really, really outstanding. It's not really special to me on the exterior also. It's kind of basic. It's a basic functional car for me. It's not a wow type of car that wows people or leaves people speechless or easily noticeable. It's not an easy noticeable car. It does not demand respect on the road or demand attention. It's not a car that you can use to just show off to your friends, family, and etc. So for that reason, I'm never going to consider buying this car. So we have come to the end of our video. This is Cars Only 663. If you did like this video, please hit the like button. Please do subscribe to this channel if it is your first time watching one of my videos, and turn on all of my notifications to get notified each time I post a new video. So do tell me which of the top 5 cars you would not consider buying, and what are the reasons for you not wanting to buy those cars. So I've just shared with you my top 5. Do hit me. I'm really, really interested in finding out which of the top 5 cars you would never consider buying, and what are your reasons for that. So that's it from me. Please do take care of yourselves, sanitize, social distance, respect or adhere to the COVID-19 rules and regulations and etc. And everyone should be safe from this deadly pandemic. So on that note, please do enjoy your week overall. From me, Lucanio, signing out, and take care.